It's we have come to know the subject. It's calling blockchain. Is how many peoples you may know or not? I don't know if you know the blockchains or not. But the blockchain technology is going to be do the revolution in after 10 years. That is given a big change of our lives. Is in the bank sector and the agriculture sector and the technological sector, and each and every sector it will be going to change. By the way, I am representing from Exiga as a country director, and we are collaborate with a FABc. It's calling First Academy of Blockchain Council, and the Blockchain Council is the awarded body for your the certificate in future after completing your course. Actually, the blockchain technology is given very importance of your life. The second next generations, how you are going to be and how you are going to touch. Right. The thing is, the blockchain technology is always given a very attract, and how it's you all will be participate on it. An example is now is the technology, blockchain technology. It is changing your life. It's through the Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. If you come to know the Web 2.0, while you are using Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, right, and LinkedIn, it's everything. It's come Web 2. It's Web 2 is a centralized. It's one body is controlling all of your ID. Example, now if you have your Facebook, they are the one having all the access of your data. Now is in the Web 3.0, it's going to be convert your data to your hand. That is when you are the one going to be control your data. How this Facebook company and WhatsApp companies are earning money. අපි ගත්තාම මේ WhatsApp එකයි Facebook එකයි ඒගොල්ලෝ තමයි අපේ identity එක control කරන්නේ. අපේ data's ටික, අපි යවන්නේ photos ටික, අපි යවන්නේ message ටික control කරලා වෙන ආයතනයට විකුණලා තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ සල්ලි ගන්නෙ. එතකොට ඔයා මොන හරි වැරද්දක් කරා කියලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හිතුනොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ block කරනවා ඔයාව. එතකොට ඔයාගේ data එක තව කෙනෙක් තමයි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ, ඔයගොල්ලෝ නෙවෙයි. ඒ අනුව තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ සල්ලි හම්බ කරන්නේ. Do you have any people is in Tamil also? How many people are in Tamil? If you want to explain in Tamil, no need, right? You can go in English or Sinhala. What are your people? English, okay, it's good. Then it's very easy to go in one language. Right, there's a blockchain technology. Do you heard about anyone is a blockchain technology? No. This is the first time you are hearing the word of blockchain, right? But you may heard about the crypto bitcoins. Do you have heard about the bitcoins, digital currency? Heard about, right? The digital currency. Okay. The digital currency also using the technology, it's called blockchain. Right? Why we are here? The Eastern University, you are getting a first lucky people getting knowledge, gathering knowledge and practical knowledge. It's going to be in future for the next generation for 10 years. That is your hand we are given to you today. In Sri Lanka, there are a lot of universities, but why we are selected the Eastern Universities? Eastern Universities is one of my colleagues is Dr. Karunakaran, your Deputy Vice Chancellor. Right, he is one of my good friend more than 2 decades, and he is my colleagues also. We studied together. On behalf of that, his request, you have to come to my universities and you have to give this opportunity to my students first. Because of that, we drop all the Columbia universities and we are entering to the rural universities to give this knowledge to you all. This is not on a knowledge. This is going to be a life. How is it? After your training, after you complete your training, we are going to give the placement. We are going to give the job internationally and nationally. We are going to pick about 20 students to Dubai and we are going to pay in your dollars. The same time, we are going to pick in other 50 students for the intern. You is in local, you are going to work in future after you are completing 7 days and the 45 days course. We are first offering the 7 days course is totally free. This course is given all the basic idea. What is the digital asset? What is the blockchain? What is the crypto? What is the crypto mining? What is the Web 3.0? What is the metaverse? These all subjects you are going to get involved and you are going to get practice. After the 7 day, we are going to have a assessment test. How you look at this and how you studied. Whether you studied or whether you skip all the videos. But one thing I have to tell you, when you skip the video also the software will count how many minutes you watch the videos and how many minutes you skip. So you can't say, no sir, I finished my 7 days course, I watch all the videos and everything. So you can't say, because we already have a software developed, that software is going to be show you this much of times you are expended in this video. And after you expend that video, then you will definitely, if you want to refer that video again and again, you have a facilities to download also to update your knowledge. So these are the things is in the future, it's going to be in your hand. So we are having a many case prizes, right? Who is come to the first to 10, we are given cash prizes also after this training. So I hope you all will get involved and you will study. Anyway, it's next to me as Mr. Ravi Golla. He is the Exiga chairman and he is the FABc collaborations. The FABc means First Academy of Blockchain Council. We are collaborate with them to give this technology development to you. So they are the people going to award your certificates and everything. So Ravi Golla, he is a more than 30 years experience in the IT sector. And he is especially in SAP, SAP and Oracle. He is willing to hire for the people from that subject also. So that placement also in future with you. And he will ready to train for you all as a free of charge. It's a SAP programs, SAP training to you. If you are take a SAP training, it's a very expensive in the world. That opportunity also you are going to get very soon with this after. So it's we are given and we are raise our hands to get this technology to develop and to challenge the global need and forward your life with a good vitamin M. What is the good vitamin M? That's a vitamin money, right? So you have to drive your life, good money, good life, good happy in the world. So we are given this opportunity to fly with a global speed to go. Thank you very much. I will invite my expert in the IT. He will give what is the blockchain technology and all, and he will make you to attend for this. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Can I hear some good afternoon from you? Because I know that after lunch we'll feel sleepy, right? So I just want you to be awake, because these kind of sessions, especially in the student life, it'll be very boring. I've been a student like this. I was actually telling doctor that especially sessions like this, I used to sit in the last bench and sleep till the session is over. Now I realized that how difficult it is to gain the knowledge when it was given free, right? My name is Ravi Golla. I represent Exiga group of companies. We have 7 companies in 7 different countries, including UAE, and Kuwait, and Saudi, and India, and Egypt, and Singapore. Now we're expanding to US. I came here 5 months back when there is an unrest in this country. I basically like this country because I'm visiting this country for the last decade. As a tourist, I did few projects. When I heard this, I really just jumped in and want to see what was wrong with the country. I don't have any plan to start operations here Because when the world is saying something is wrong in a country, as a businessman, you really try to avoid that. Because in business, most of them don't like to take risk. But fortunately for all of you, I met Dr. Hilmi accidentally. And we discussed a few things and probably 2-3 days. And we become really amicable in terms of understanding each other. Then I told Dr. Hilmi, why don't we start operations here? And he quickly jumped in and started operations. And that small meeting has really brought us in a big way to be here. In the last 4 months, we met most of the ministers, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Tourism Minister and the Minister of Education, Mr. Hiren, right? Minister of Education? Yeah, Mr. Suren Raghavan. And all of them are very, very cordially invited us. The reason why they have invited us is that we came with a purpose to this country. We really wanted to be part of the growth of this country. And we also wanted to help this country in many ways, not just education, but in terms of investments, in terms of our operations starting here as a back office, and also support services. Since we are into too many technologies, then we thought, why don't we do that for the Sri Lankan education community? That's our basic idea of doing it. And what we have initiated right now is training the students. Why we wanted to train the students, right? You might be wondering why he wanted to train students at free of cost. We believe that the whole cycle should complete within our proximity. When I have to hire a right student for my right projects, then I need to really figure out who is good in a year. In Sri Lanka, the 40,000 students are coming out, and I would require maybe 100 on SAP, maybe 200 on blockchain. Then how do I select these students? I need the best of the breed. I need the best of the students who actually understand the technology, who actually deliver it, right? And it's extremely impossible for us to select in 40,000, maybe 200, 300 guys. That the best way we should do is inculcate the training that what we need at the grassroots level. The grassroots level is at a university level, which we need to do it, right? Most of the time, if you look at the trainings, what happens is you need to pay and get trained. You take SAP as a software. You wanted to get into an SAP, then you should be certified in SAP. And the SAP charges close to about 5.5 lakh Indian rupees, which is close to about 2.5 million rupees, Sri Lankan rupees, to get one certification. And even after the certification, you are not very sure you're going to get a job because they just train you on their fundamentals. But here we are talking about giving a training at free of cost, and we give a live projects, and we know what is the scenarios that exist and that comes and throws you challenges from the projects. Those kind of scenarios we will build and give it to you. This is how we create the best talent from the universities, right? And that is our basic motto of doing that. Now, you know what, for this 7 days of free training, we're spending close to about $1.5 million. You may think that this comes free, especially in the world, whenever it comes free, we always feel that it is free. So I may use it, I don't use it. That is the basic problem of human intelligence. But you will not know the kind of effort that goes behind it, the amount of the time we spend and the money we spend. Since we are very, very serious, so we know what we are doing it. So the whole course is costing us about $1.5 million. Initially, when we landed in Colombo, we thought we'll only look at universities that are based in Colombo because it's a city and it's easy for us to access, and there'll be a good communication, at least in terms of what we look at and in terms of availability to the technology. And they are in the city, so they'll have a lot of idea about what is evolving. So that's the best and easiest way for us. But then when we met Dr. Hilmi and your education minister, they recommended go to Eastern University. Then because I don't have much idea, then I asked, it's a rural university. Then he said, no, you get the best of the talent from there. So that is the confidence your ministers and your local leaders have. And we trust them and we came here. Right? So you understand the story behind why we are standing here. It's not that we came here from the sky and landed here. There are people who actually really pushed us and convinced us, saying that you go to Eastern University. So I'm also expecting the same kind of response from all of you for this training. And I request all of you take this opportunity, right? Take this opportunity to make sure that you attend this course. It's a 7-day course. It's a free of cost for you, but we are spending $1.5 million for it. So you understand the importance of this training and how we are doing it, right? Now, getting back to the technology side, I just wanted to give a brief about how the technologies evolved. Most of them are either come from technology background or from the agriculture, right? Usually, when we study, we always think that technology means, oh, it's not for me, because you think that it requires higher IQ and you need to be in the top 10, then only you will be successful. That is a myth. Trust me, that's absolute myth. Anyone can become a technology expert as long as you have the desire to do it, right? Logics, every human being is built with a logic. It's nothing that one human has it highest logic and I don't have. It's just that we believe that I don't have. But the moment you believe I have, you have everything in life. And in terms of software per se, software coding itself, I always tell people that if you understand English words clearly, and you are there at 70% of the software, because most of the software comments, coding is always in English, not in numbers. That's where, I made a mistake when I started my career. I always thought that, software is not for me because I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I don't want to waste my time, my brain. I used to think that at 4 o'clock I should pack up my things and get back to some hangout and enjoy your life. But then I realized it's not that, you need to have a super-duper brain to be in technology, right? And when it comes to blockchain, the biggest advantage in blockchain is that any discipline you come from, you can still become an expert in the software side. Now the question comes, why only software, right? If I look at agricultural background, they always wanted to work on the plants, right? On the cultivation, how do we improve it, right? How do we increase the production? They think that way, right? And they go to the basic work into the field, or some of them will become maybe government employees in the agricultural department, some will become maybe faculty back in the university. But then you have a lot of other opportunities being in agriculture itself when you get into the technology side, right? If you look at today, I don't know how many of you are in LinkedIn, how many of you are in FB, right? I know most of you will be there, but nobody will raise their hands. Okay, the issue is that if you see in the agriculture revolution that is happening now, especially in the Eastern European countries like Switzerland, right? There, even plucking one apple, right? It is done by the machine, and the way it plucks is so smooth that it will not even put one mark on top of it. That means every apple you pluck is sellable. But if we humanly we pluck the apples, right? Then what we'll do, we'll just drop it. The moment you drop an apple, once it gets a crush, that's it. That apple cannot be sold. Maybe in our countries we still use it, but in the US and in other developed countries, it has to be as fresh as it comes from the tree. Now the machines that are doing it are using artificial intelligence and machine learning. The two softwares combined together and becomes a machine. And it also, you know what, it senses the fruit. You don't have to use any joystick or anything. You just leave it the tree, it senses the fruit, and it just plucks it and put it back on the basket. Imagine the kind of imagination and the work that is happening on the machine side in agriculture, right? And especially when you have these paddy fields, when you cut that grass, right? And most of the time in our regions we'll waste the grass because we don't know how to cut it, how to store it. But in those countries there are hectares of grass. What they do, they use this AI and ML and they cut it and they bale it in the same time and they export. I'm working with a company called Aldara that's in Abu Dhabi. Okay, this company is purely based on agriculture. They procure and they sell for the government. Now they did a reverse engineering and they bought huge lands. They bought even islands, and to develop this agriculture, they bought islands in Eastern Europe, about maybe 200,000 hectares, and everything is machine driven. And I was actually, when we do the project, then we have to know how that system works. Otherwise, we'll not be able to develop the software. Then I sat with them. I tried to understand how the whole system is working, right? At 250,000 hectares, only 40 people are manning it. In our country, if that has to be done, we need at least close to about 1 lakh laborer to do that. Imagine the change that happened. No, that is all happened because of the software. Right? The machines are changing, software is changing. Now you will be thinking, what am I going to do as an agriculture student? We need the expertise. You know how the growth happens. You know when the seeds will come, when to harvest. Based on that, you create an artificial intelligence to make sure that your machine works as per that schedule. That's one classic case I'm telling you. On the technology side, you have a lot of technological people here, right? And yesterday I was actually asking few questions about on the technology, because when you are in the technology, you should know what technology it is, right? I asked them actually how a mobile works. I didn't get an answer from anyone. But everybody is using mobile, right? Everyone has a mobile. Everyone is communicating, either through WhatsApp or a chat or an FB or by calls, right? But how the communication happens? A layman, I don't have to know. But you being an engineer, right, or a technical expert, you should know how that works. It's very important. By knowing that, you will actually improve your skills and you will also improve the way you are going to do your jobs. People will always take everything very light, saying that, okay, mobile, when I ask somebody, he said, yes sir, right. When I talk, the other person will listen. Of course, the other person will listen anyway. But how that happens, right? There will be TCP/IP protocols, and data has to go in a packets, and the packets will be delivered on the other side, and there will be decoding. Then that person will listen what is that I'm speaking, right? And everything happens on the mobile, and the mobile will have hardware, you will have operating system, then you have application, right? And you need to understand where you wanted to work. But in the hardware side, you have a lot of opportunities. But then it's purely on the ASIC, on the DSP, algorithms, that is where you need to be focused. But on the OS side, you need to be more on the system side programming. Maybe you should be very good in C, C++, right? And embedded software, that is where you need to focus. But if you're on the application side, you can be good on Java, you can be good on .NET, right? And you can be good on iOS, Macintosh, right? These are the areas which you will focus. When you are studying, right, we will not focus all that. Anybody who asks, any of our parents or relatives will ask, oh, I want to become a software engineer. Hey, what are you going to do next? No, I'll work for a big company in software. When you don't know what software it is, where you will become a good software engineer? So focus from now itself where you want it to be and learn that. And that is why we are trying to say we are bringing the blockchain here, because blockchain is going to be a next revolution. How we have seen Java and internet revolution, and the blockchain is going to be the next revolution in the next 10 to 15 years. And why we want you to be there? Because this is where the high paying jobs are. The world is not yet caught up with the blockchain. You know, Sri Lanka is very lucky, to be very frank. Even India is not caught up with this. And we want to do a lot of things in India, but then they pushed us to come here to Sri Lanka. So you will be the first people to be there in the first batch. When SAP started in the early 90s, everybody got into SAP without even knowing what SAP is. And their salaries are 10 times more than a normal techie. You know, they were actually asking about $800 to $1,000 per hour, when a Java guy is asking for $100 per hour in US. So similarly, in blockchain, that's going to happen. So you're pretty lucky that you are getting in very early. Try to learn and get in there. At the end of the day, all of you must be aspiring to earn more money, maybe going to US or UK or Europe, right? And when you're taking this training, we are a globally accredited FABc, right? And they will also give a training certificate after 7 days of training. But the certificate will come only if you score more than 75%. The less than 75%, you don't get it. Because we are not here to give everything free. Right? You also have to contribute to it. Now the next step is, we'll have some paid programs, let's say, as I said, in agriculture, right? And they can choose what they like in that entire segment. If you're a techie, you can get into coding and all. If you're in agriculture, you can actually get into the agriculture-based software. If you're in healthcare, we have so many things on the healthcare, you can do it. If you're a lawyer, there's something called contracting. That's a big business in US. For every case that fought in the court, or every contract, let's say me signing with him, you know, these are all heavy contracts, and that required a lawyer to vet it and say this contract is good. So that happens on blockchain. Now, unless until you know, you might be very good as a lawyer, right? You can fight in the court, but your data has to be stored and it has to be replicated. Then where it's stored is stored on blockchain. Then you need to know how the blockchain works, then only you can store it. Okay? That is why, you know, we are initiating this program. Tomorrow, when you guys come out of the college, the world will change a lot. The world is moving very, very fast. Trust me. When I go to US, I feel that I'm completely backward, because the kind of technology they speak, the solution they speak, I feel that, you know, I'm 50 years back. What I'm speaking now, it might be a very new thing for you, but when I go and speak like this in US, they look at me and laugh, because they're already ahead. They're already using it. And there are a lot of people are already working on it. So you will not know the world the way it is moving. It's moving very fast. Unless until you catch up, you will be you will be out of that system, basically. You know, everybody lives, right? It's not that, you know, you should be a software engineer to live, or you should be in US to live, but on how you are living is more important, right? You have aspirations, you want to do something better, something good. Then you need to catch up with the world. So blockchain is something which is going to change the next level of the software side. Okay. I also explained the benefit of how you get the certificates. Now, you know, you are doing your degree, right? And some of you must be going for a master's. Then when you go to any of the US universities or European universities, they just don't ask your marks. Then you have IELT test. then they will ask about what are the extra trainings you took and what are the curriculum, what are the extracurricular activities you have. And based on that, they will give a score. Now, let's say you have something on blockchain, this certificate will carry at least 100 points more than a normal Java certificate. That also is helpful to you, right? Maybe you're doing it now, it's free, but then when you get that, you know the importance of spending the 7 days, because you will get a better scholarships, because most of the overseas universities, they give scholarships, because your parents will be very they'll be thinking very tough for them to arrange money, but still they'll arrange, they'll take loan or whatever it is. But if you try to help them out by getting a scholarship of 40-50%, it's a big relief to them, right? It's a globally accredited, so you'll always get the points. So these are the big advantages what you get in trainings. And we're also into SAP, we're also into Oracle. We are trying to set up offshore center here. We have one in India. Now we are trying to put the same kind of setup here. In this year we might have some 50-60 people working from here itself, apart from people coming on site. We also have people coming on site if you have experience, but as a freshers we will not take. But on the SAP side, if you have an experience, most of them work in overseas. They work in different countries. And that's why people love to get into SAP, because they keep traveling, they keep meeting clients. So this is what we are doing for the Sri Lanka as an Exiga, as an FABc. FABc is based out of Dubai. And from this training, we will select the guys. Then when they go to the next level, let's say somebody scores 90% in this training, and they wanted to take the next specialized course that will have paid courses. And there you might get 50% discount or 25% less as a scholarship. If you score maybe 100 out of 100, maybe the next course, these courses are very expensive courses, right? And maybe $500, $1,000. And some students will get free because the scholarship will give because they score 100%. We would like to encourage them. So this is the setup what we have. I think I clarified most of your inner doubts which nobody expressed. If you have any doubts, you can actually ask us. Whether you have any doubts about your future or how we are going to help, right? Dr. Hilmi already told you that in this batch here from Eastern University, we have targeted to take at least 20 to 25 guys on site to Dubai. We will provide visas, and we will give a salary close to about $1,250 from the day one. It's extremely big amount you convert into Sri Lankan money, and that too as a fresher. And we will provide you residence, and food is provided, and you'll sign up with us for 15 months to work with us in Dubai. So this is what we are doing, and take this great opportunity, and you will be getting the link from your leaders. We are going to close this session, this training registration in 3 days. Okay, if you don't register in 3 days, then you will be losing this opportunity. So try to register, try to attend the program, and maybe in the next program, maybe your minister or somebody will come to facilitate, saying that who are the best guys. So you will be in the limelight, so try to use that. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to meet you and the next time when we talk about other trainings. Thank you.